What is going on? It's Andy here on a Thursday, and Thursday's one of those days where the Parlay Pirates get dressed up in their attire like every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday in the NHL. It's Gasparilla for the Parlay Pirates. And tonight's no different. It's Thursday. We have a ton of games, and I know as this video started, you already put the Tampa Bay Lightning in your money line cart. You're just waiting. You're just waiting for me to bring it up. Hold the phone. That's a tough game. The Ottawa Senators, they're kind of a tough nut to crack. They can kind of win or lose any game. They're a pretty good team, but also a pretty inconsistent team. I will have something for you in that game. I'll have something for you in a bunch of games. Where do you want to start tonight? Let's talk about the St. Louis Blues, who never seem to lose. We're back in 8 Mile once again. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. There is a such thing as halfway point props. That's every single point prop. It's done by a half. Whether it's a half or 1.5, you take the over or the under. And I will have one in this game that I like because I know you're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. A red-hot Blues team that refuses to lose, and they're playing a bottoming-out Pittsburgh Penguins team who's calling up people from the minors. They're playing random players. There's no Malkin in the lineup. It's an awful assortment of players. The Blues are at home. So why is it only a minus 210? It really makes me wonder because there are a few teams worse right now than the Pittsburgh Penguins. So while it looks a little fishy, I'm going to continue to live by the old adage. One of the best parts of betting on hockey, even though you shouldn't be betting on money lines, at least if you are betting on money lines. Rats, as my uncle said, don't live on ice.
Not a rat. No rat.
And over here in hockey, many times the rats don't surface. They slip and slide on that ice. And yeah, like you, I kind of like the St. Louis Blues to win. I'm not laying minus 210. I'm going to do some of my classic tricks. Who's tied to the hip to Robert Thomas? I mean, the whole trickle-down snakeonomics philosophy, the same thing that you saw with Jackson Blake yesterday, right? You had Jarvis, Aho, minus 200, and then Jackson Blake randomly a plus 100. He's the high-priced point prop that stirs the straw of the drink. One of the analogies that I used last year. Here on the Blues, this doesn't make sense. This player has been good for you. This is not Jackson Blake. It's a player who's been tied to Robert Thomas's hip for almost 2 years now. And especially in this recent run, he did miss a couple of games there where he had to be filled in for. But ML Buchnevich against the Pittsburgh Penguins shell of a team, that defense and their goaltending at home, you got to like that point prop price, and you take the Blues to win and him if you're a money line guy. Now that's a lot more digestible. The Blues plus 115. But to me, I would swap out that Blues money line with a Robert Thomas point. To me, it's such a better bet. It is such a better bet. If Buchnevich gets one, this is me telling you Robert Thomas is getting one. And if that's pulling me the same price as the Blues to win and a Buchnevich point, which I still think you should take if you're a money line guy. Don't just take the money line. Like, don't take this money line and then the Lightning money. Don't just start throwing money lines together. I would rather you say, okay, I like the Blues to win. If the Blues are going to win, they're going to have to score a few goals. If they're going to score a few goals, who's somebody who's likely to be in on one of those goals? Pavel Buchnevich. But still, Thomas plus Buchnevich, to me, this may even be in the same echelon only on this night. Like on this particular slate, if I had to rate Pavel Buchnevich and Robert Thomas at home against the Pittsburgh Penguins and the classic Jake Gensel and Braden Point on the road against Ottawa, you know, I never want to speak poorly of those Tampa guys, but just in terms of matchup and who they're playing, you know, they always get the last change at home, so you will have more favorable matchups. I think both of those guys, Buchnevich and Thomas, that's my bet there. But if you're going to money line those Blues, do it with Pavel Buchnevich to get a point. Then let's go over to Vegas, where the Vegas Golden Knights are facing the Winnipeg Jets, who lost that last game against the Kings. And I'm telling you, I smell a little road trouble. I didn't look at the schedule after this game. But to me, this Winnipeg team, look, they went home after losing Velarde, and they did what they always do on their own home ice. They held teams down, they won some games, but on the road, when you don't get the exact matchups that you want, when the other team can match up against your top line and other players have to come through, you saw a loss against the LA Kings. And by golly, I think they may struggle offensively again against another top team in the West in that team's building where they can dictate who they want on the ice when that Kyle Connor line is out there. And that's the Vegas Golden Knights. I think they're going to be able to kind of suppress that offense of the Winnipeg Jets. And I'm going to go under 2.5 goals for the Winnipeg Jets. They're really going to be tested in this game. This is going to be a good test to see where they're going to lie in the playoffs. Are they only going to play well at home? I don't know, but a win here or in another big game on the road will go a long way in kind of quelling the fears of some of these Winnipeg Jets fans that I can imagine. I don't want to say are starting to creep up, but if you get another 1-goal game on the road against a team that you'll potentially be playing in the playoffs, that could be a reason to be worried a little bit. And by golly, I'll tell you, if they lose this game, you have the Dallas Stars who are facing the Nashville Predators, and you gotta assume Dallas is like chugging ahead. If Vegas beats the Jets tonight and Dallas beats the Predators at home, as they should, you're talking about a 2-point gap between the two teams with a game in hand for Dallas. I didn't check the prices before I made this video, but mark my words, I'm going to be checking the Dallas Stars President's Trophy price. Because what I'm seeing from Washington these last couple of games is that 20 goals allowed in 3 games or something like that. I don't know if it's because of motivation. I don't know if they're going to be a scam number 1 seed for the second year in a row in the East. But regardless, that door may be wide open for Dallas, who's pretty healthy right now, other than Heiskanen, who will return at some point in the playoffs to walk right through it and potentially win that President's Trophy. And then I guess we can just go to that Dallas game where they're playing the Nashville Predators. Are we going to get the 2-1 boring loss from the Predators, or are we going to get the 8-4 exciting loss, which opens the door for all sorts of player props? With the Dallas Stars, there's a little bit of a rinse and repeat treatment here. Okay, you want to take that money line? Go ahead. Add that to your parlay card. See how it makes you feel. I'm going to be targeting those second-line players again because their point prop prices remain extremely affordable, and they've actually produced in a couple games in a row. I'm talking about Mason Marchment, Michael Granlund, and Matt Duchene. Let's look for the best price of the group. I see Mason Marchment, a plus 115 point prop price at home against the Nashville Predators. You know, we got to hope this one is just not like a 2-1 stinker that's just boring and the Stars get a slow win. But, you know, even if they get that win, we can have a point from Marchment in the process. So give me Marchment for a point there. And then, obviously, we got to just send that whole line out there once again. Give me Granlund, Marchment, Matt Duchene, all for a point. And I guess since you got dressed up for your weekly Thursday Gasparilla session, I'll end you with a little
Parlay.
I'm going to be looking at that Columbus Blue Jackets Colorado Avalanche game. Finally, we see an over-under that looks like last year, a 6.5 and like minus 110 on both sides. And you clearly have a game here that has the possibility of blowing up. And I'm going to go with a player for 2 points on each side. Give me Marchenko coming off the hat trick for 2 points. And then give me Marty Necas for 2 points on the other side. And that will give you a pretty solid price in a game that could potentially blow up. So that is what I have for all you Pirates. And that is what I have for you here on this Thursday. Good luck to you. Honestly, better luck to me. Dead honestly. If you guys enjoy what you're seeing here, you enjoy the stuff that I put out on this channel, you can help out. You can get that good sports betting karma surrounding you at all times, and you can do that by liking this video. That's a little bit of karma here. You know, I used to have this friend. He tracked karma like a golf score, and he was like the personal karma enforcement. Like if somebody rear-ended him by mistake on the road, he's like, oh, well, you know, that's -1 for me. I can be a piece of crap to my girlfriend tonight. He monitored his karma like it was a golf cart. Like, oh, -1 today, so I can screw someone tomorrow. Anyway, get your karma up. Get some +1s on your golf score. Click the like. Subscribe, click the notification so you know when these videos come out. As I always tell you guys, they can come out at all different times, sometimes in the middle of the night, sometimes during the day, sometimes in the afternoon if I have some things to do. Only way you'll know when they immediately come out is if you click those notifications. I also put these sniffs the night before. I always put them late at night on the Patreon, so if you guys want some early access to those sniffs. But what's way better than that, are the line combos. A little plus 1.8 last night, but still, it gets to a point where, oh, that's it, just plus 1.8. Losing, that's just not allowed anymore. It's just how much do you win? So, slight winning night created mostly by one line on Minnesota. We will look to continue that on this Thursday. If you want all those plethora of line combos, they will be available on the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Andy Francess. And don't forget, that's where Josh is posting baseball picks every single day of the week now. So you get that Domino's 2-for-1 deal on there. My hockey, his baseball. It's a great thing. Hope to see you there. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for some Friday NHL Sniffs. Take it easy.
Hey, this is John Butchergrass from ESPN reminding you to like, comment, subscribe, because Andy clearly isn't going to do it.
What was that ruckus?